Hello guys, welcome to lecture 14 of this particular course. So in the last to last lecture, we understood how you can able to do SSH in your Mac operating system, but majority of our users are from Windows operating system. So that's why it's important for me to tell you guys how you can able to connect SSH via Windows. So how we can able to do it, so that we will be going to see the step by step approach we will going to see. So in this lecture of lecture 12, we I told one very good method of how you can able to do SSH. The same techniques that we will be going to follow in yeah, so in the same technique we will be going to use to do SSH for Windows also. And one important thing I want to tell you, in the Mac operating system, since it is made from Linux operating system only, so whatever commands you write in the Mac won't sometimes it won't work in the Windows. But the approach for this SSH will be same only. So how you can able to do it? So for this first step, what you have to do is you have to go to your instances. So we created this instance, right? Click on the instance ID, and here there will be an option of here it is loading. Let it load. Let it load. Yeah, this particular thing key pair thing is there, right? You have to first download this key pair thing. Okay. Once I click on this key pair thing, you have to download it. Okay. If I click on this key pair, you can download this particular thing, or you can do anything. You have to download this particular key pair thing. So first step you have to do this. You have to download this key pair thing. So once you download this key pair thing, then I will tell you the steps of it. Try to keep your key pair in one folder itself. We'll go to command prompt, and yeah, and one more important information I want to tell you. If I go to security here, I'll go to security groups here. Here I enabled SSH and HTTP. Correct. If I won't allow SSH or if I won't allow HTTP, this process won't work. This process won't work. So first thing that you have to know is what is SSH. See, this is the mouse, correct? This mouse is connected to my laptop with this particular connector, correct? So if I click on this particular mouse, the action should go on the laptop. How it is going on laptop? Because of this connector. So like this, to connect between Linux operating system and Windows or Mac operating system or any operating system with Linux, you have to use SSH, which stands for secure shell. So what does this mean? This mean to connect my Windows operating system with Amazon Linux. Why Amazon Linux? Because we created the instance for Amazon Linux. That's why this particular thing is very important. So that's why we will be using SSH to connect this particular Amazon Linux with the Windows command prompt through the help of this PEM file. So what is this PEM file? This PEM file is the file that helps in connecting between my Mac operating system or Windows operating system to the Amazon Linux option. So for that, this particular thing is important. So we already opened the particular command prompt here. First, I will write AWS. First, always check whether AWS is there or not. If this particular thing is coming, means like if it is giving you suggestions, means AWS is working. If you still not believing, just click AWS version. Okay, means okay, AWS is working perfectly fine. Now you have to do SSH. Very crucial step. The first step is SSH hyphen I. Then what you have to do, you have to copy the path of this thing. Copy the path and paste it. Remove the backspace. Okay, and after doing this, here you have to pass the public IP EC2 user at the rate. So what does this EC2 user means? Here I will go to my instance. I will tell you. Go to instances. Go to this instance ID. Copy this public IP address. this copy IP address and paste here. And once I click here, you will get a pyramid kind of structure. Not exact pyramid, but pyramid kind of structure. This means your operating system, that is command prompt, is successfully connected with the Amazon Linux. So what does this mean? Your Amazon Linux is successfully connected with the Windows. So whatever commands that you write, whatever Linux command that you write here will also work. How it will work, I will show you. So sudo. So first thing what you have to do is you have to install the Apache server using the Linux commands. How will you install the Apache server? So for this you should use sudo. See what is the meaning of sudo. Let's say I want to use this mouse for with the Windows laptop. So to use this mouse with the Windows laptop, what is the connector? This is the connector. Okay, if this connector is not there, this mouse doesn't have any value. Similarly, to install any particular package of Linux, we have to use sudo. That is the first thing. And the second thing is this sudo plays a very important role in connecting two different operating systems without internet. That means what? If my Windows laptop is connected with the Mac operating system, I can still send the data via intranet. So to send the data from my Windows to Mac and Mac to Windows, their sudo plays an important role. Now let's say I want that I can extract the information from MacBook. I can take all the information from MacBook, but I want that MacBook person should not extract my information. So to set the rules, to set the permissions, to what you have to install, how you have to install, to setting up the permissions for all of these tasks, you will use sudo. Sudo is very important Linux command to connect to Linux systems without internet. You can do it using sudo. You can use it using sudo and public IP address. So first you have to what you have to do, you have to check whether that particular package is there or not. Okay, so for this what you have to do, here I created one very good material for you guys so that you can directly see it and you can do it. I know the comment, so but you guys might not know the comment, so that's why I created this very good notes. See, there are two approaches to deal with this. Here I wrote the putty approach, but you can use this approach also. This is a very good approach compared to putty approach. That's why. So now what you have to do, you have to first check whether there is one package in Linux called yum, which is used to uh, install the Apache server. So first you have to check whether yum is there or not. Inside yum, I want this -y command because this -y only will install my HTTPD, that is Apache server. So once I click on this message is there. See, release this particular version. This means that this particular this been already updated. Now what you have to do, you have to install this particular Apache. So we'll write sudo yum. What you have to do, you have to install the Apache. Install where you have to install -y, and then you have to write httpd. So once you write this, your particular package has been installed successfully. Now you have to enable it. Sudo yum enable my -y httpd. So once I type this particular thing, it should be enable enable enable. So it should not be this thing, it should be. So yeah, one important thing, once you install this particular thing, it's very important for you guys to start it. Sorry, so to start this particular thing, what you have to do, you have to use systemctl systemctl. So systemctl start httpd. So what does this mean? This command means that your Apache server has been installed and you have to start it. So this is the command of how you can able to start it. So once the Apache server is been started, you have to enable it. So same systemctl ctl enable httpd. So once you do these things, your Apache server has been successfully installed in your command prompt. So now what you have to do, you have to test it. So we will test it using echo command. Echo, here I will put two parentheses, h1, this is Apache server. Here I will write h1, close the h1, sorry. And then here you have to write sudo t. So what does this T means? T is nothing but to extract something from the local system of Linux. You have to use this T command. So in this where folder we have www.folder. In this we have HTML folder. In this we have index.html. You can put any name, it will work. So once I click on enter, this is Apache server. Now you have to check whether this thing is been reflected in UI or not. To check whether this has been reflected in UI or not, just copy this thing and paste here in the browser. See, this is Apache server. The same content I wrote here. So this is how you can able to connect your Apache server in your Windows thing using compute. So how the Amazon Linux and Windows are connected, that you can achieve using this particular commands. So now what you have to do, now let's say I will play some two tricks I will play. First trick I will play is I will remove this HTTP permission. I'll go to security, I'll go to security groups. Here go to the edit inbound rules and I will remove the HTTP permission. I will remove the HTTP permission and I'll click on save rules. And now I'll go to my instances. Again I'll go to my instances, then instance ID. Then I will copy this public IP address, and if I paste here or any browser if I paste, it won't work. It won't work. See, it is loading. I won't pause the video. I will make sure you guys to understand all the concepts here. So now you check here. See, this thing is loading here. I won't pause the video. I will allow you guys to know that error is coming or not. It will 100% give. See, this error is given. So why it is giving the error, why the site can't be reached? Because here we remove the permission of HTTPD. Now again if I go to security, again if I go to security groups, and if I go to my edit inbound rules, and if I add the rule that no, I want HTTP permission. So HTTP I will write here, I will pass the public IP, and here if I write save rule, and if I go to again instances, then again if I go to instance ID, and if I copy this public IP, it will work. Not only it will work here, it will work in this browser also. See, it will work here also, but here it is written not secure. Why it is not secure? Because it is public IP, anyone can able to access it. That's why. So now to make it secure, we will be using HTTPS. Let's check for HTTPS also. Now here let's say if I go to instance details, here if I go to security, and if I go to instead of HTTP, we will check for HTTPS whether it will work or not. I'll go to security groups, edit inbound rules. Here if I delete this HTTP, and if I add the rule, no, I want HTTPS. HTTPS. We'll check it what will happen. Here HTTPS I will pass the same thing, and I will save the rules. I will save the rules. I'll go to instances. I will go to instance ID, public IP if I copy, I'll paste here. If I paste this here, you will see something strange happening here. You will see. I will tell you what are the strange things that will happen. Let it load. It is loading, we will allow it to load. See, it won't work. Why it won't work? Because Here we connected it with the public IP. That's why it won't work. Now if I go to this thing and if I type this particular thing, that is https double colon double thing, and if I paste this particular, I won't take it from here, I will paste it from here itself, so that any recent changes it should work here. I'll click enter. We'll click https also, it won't work because it is public IP. So that's why HTTPS is more secure than HTTP, because it won't allow, unless and until these IPs are private, then only it will work. Public IP it won't allow. That to prevent from hacking, to prevent from cyber threats, we will be using HTTP secure. That's why it won't work. So that's why if you see, if I paste here also it won't work. You see it won't work. That's why it is secure. But this particular HTTP is not secure. HTTPS is secure. HTTP is not secure. If you don't believe me, you can go to instance details. You can group on. You can go to security. You can go on the edit the security groups here. And if you see, there is a HTTPS rule here. It won't work. The site can't be reached. Security. So that's why here this is not secure. It has written. I hope you understood now. Now I'll go to inbound rules. I will enable the HTTP. So here I will go to it and I will, instead of HTTPS, I'll go to HTTP. HTTP. Public IP I will pass. I'll click on save rules. And now if I go to my instances, ID instance, it will come 1 second, it is loading. Uh, my server one, if I go, if I copy this IP address, and if I paste here now, it will work. See, it is working. Now this is the first trick I played on you. Now second trick I will play on you is what happens if I remove the SSH. We have to know, right? Why we should enable, we should always enable SSH and HTTP. We should know, right? So that's why I'll go to the security option. We'll remove the SSH also. We'll go to the security groups. We'll go to edit inbound rules and we will remove the SSH option. We'll delete this option. We'll click on the save rules. Okay. Now I'll go to the instances and now I will try to connect my Amazon with my Windows. Okay. Here I'll click on the clear CLS option. In Mac it is clear, in Windows it is CLS. Now I will do SSH minus high and I will copy this as PEM. Once you copy, there is no need to copy again and again. That is the plus point of using this particular thing. I'll paste here. I will remove the marks here. Remove these marks, and then here I will write EC2 user at the rate. And now what I will do, I will go here and I will go in this instance ID, where here if you go down, if I click on the security option, here itself you can see, you can only see one thing, that is the HTTP. You cannot see the SSH, only HTTP port. 80 port means HTTP has been there here. So we'll copy this public IP, we will paste here, and you'll see the miracles. You'll see, you yourself will see. It won't work. It won't work. It won't convert your Amazon system into your Windows. You will see. I won't pause the video. I want you guys to see the actual message. How much time it will take. These things and all you should see. So why SSH is important? To connect this mouse with system, you require this connector, Type C connector. So if you don't have this thing, can I connect my mouse with my Windows laptop? No, I cannot connect because there is no Bluetooth support. So that's why similarly here SSH connect to host connection timed out means your Amazon Linux cannot be converted into, sorry, your command prompt cannot be converted into Amazon. Now if I type sudo Linux command here, it will throw me error. So that's why it is important for you guys to always enable HTTP and SSH. Now if I go to SSH, I'll go to security groups I'll click on edit inbound this thing, add rule, SSH, public IP I will do, save rules I will do. I will go to my instances again. Only we will check one thing. Go to this thing, we'll copy the IP address. So now what I will do, SSH minus I. Yeah, we will copy the same address like this. We'll copy the same address. Then EC2 user at the rate. What you have to pass here at the rate, this IP address you have to pass it. And once you pass it, now it will form a triangle like structure. See this structure. And now if I type sudo yum install minus y, sorry, sudo yum update minus y. See, this thing is working. All Linux commands are working. Means your command prompt is converted into the Linux terminal. So like this, you can able to connect your Windows and Linux operating system. I hope you understood this lecture, guys. Please do like, share, and subscribe. This is how you can able to connect your Windows operating system with Amazon Linux using SSH, and what I explained to detail about the security groups. So please do like, share, and subscribe, guys. I hope this lecture is very useful to you. In Windows, how we can able to connect it, I explained in this lecture. So that's it, guys. Thank you, guys.